Are things as bad as the candidates would have us believe?
Oh, Bernie and Donald and Marco Rubio and
Ted Cruz.
Ted
He
Cruz.
thinks the world is going to end.
Oh,
He told my child the world was going to end.
yeah, well, I think we're a little bit further from the apocalypse than some of these candidates would have us believe. I mean, and they all, and pretty much all of them. Kasich is the only one I've heard who's kind of been like, things are pretty good and we need to make them better. I'm like, yeah, because others like make America great again because we're awful now, and Rubio and his stuff and Cruz and I don't know, and Bernie's unhappy with everything, and Hillary's like, well, we've got a lot of stuff we need to work on, and you're just like, and I'm like, well, from my personal experience, I think things might be a little better. You mean to tell you why? I think
Yes.
Okay. That was the lead up for this. So I went down to Tyler a couple of weeks ago to visit some old friends from high school and some folks down there, new friends. There's going to be some shout outs in here. So anyway, went down there and was coming back. Was going to go ahead because I got down there and stayed kind of longer, and I thought about spending the night with my girlfriend Deanne. And then I said, we got her home about 12:30. We'd been at Dee and Judy's and had a real good time, and Denise was there because all the shout outs. And I said, well, I'm just going to go ahead and go back to Dallas because, they've raised the speed limit between Dallas and Tyler to 75. So it's only a little over an hour from Deanne's front door to my front door. So I said, I like driving at night, there won't be any traffic, and I can be home in a little over an hour. So, so I'm just going to head on back. So I did, and I drove up to Interstate 20. It was cold, and I had the heater on. It's all nice and toasty, and I had Miss Patsy Cline on the CD, and got up on the interstate, set the cruise control at about 80. I'm going, and singing along with Patsy, and that whole crazy thing about how when you sing loud and alone at night, to a song, you sound really good. You sound real good.
Yes.
So I'm just going along, and Patsy and I are having a big old time, and every once in a while I have to go around a truck. There was just absolutely no traffic. I'm just making great time. And I get to about Terrell, and which is about 30 miles outside of Dallas or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to move over to go around a car. Well, I get up to the car. It's the highway patrol. and it's not that the highway patrol is sitting on the side of the road. I am passing the highway patrol on the road, and it's too late. You're already in the left lane. He already knows, because he was probably going 75. So I'm like, oh Lord. So I just go on around him and come around, and I'm thinking, well, maybe he won't. No. Well, it wasn't this. It's more, they flash now. They don't whirl. So he pulls me over, and I'm waiting for him to come up, and I'm immediately doing that whole thing where it's like, okay, I was at Jolie and Karen's. I had like a martini and a half. That was at 5 o'clock. I had a couple of drinks. And I'm like literally counting. It's like
You got a math degree.
2, 7, 8. It's been 8 hours. I haven't had anything to drink because I'm sitting in my car. I've got a face full of makeup and big old gay hair. I figured this could go real wrong. And so, the patrolman comes up. He was clearly young enough to be my son. Cute, very well, and there, what's this roll down? Shh. Roll down the window. So anyway, he said it was the highway patrol. He said I clocked you going 84 in a 65. And I said, oh, I thought the speed limit was 75. Because that justifies it, doesn't it? That totally justifies going 84, right?
Yes, you're still going.
So, so he said, well, where are you going? I said, well, I'm going home. I'm going to Dallas. That's where I live. And he said, where have you been? I said, well, I was in Tyler visiting some old friends from high school. And he said, where'd you go to high school? And I said, Robert E. Lee. And I was like, what are we doing here? Are you about to say, well, my sister went to Robert E. Lee and we're going to figure out which Rose Festival she was a lady in waiting for? That's what you do when, in East Texas, you start talking to somebody until you figure out who you have people in common with. I'm like, well, this is odd. But then he didn't, and so he took my driver's license and he asked for my insurance papers, and I was very careful because I'm like, well, the license is in my bag and the insurance paper is in the glove box. And because I didn't want to be, hashtag gay lives matter. So he does it and he goes back to the car and I'm like, okay, well, doesn't look like he's going to make me get out of the car. And so he's just going to give me a ticket and that's all good. That's all good. I'll just take the ticket and go on. So he comes back up after a little bit and he's writing it down. I'm like, I'm getting the ticket, it's all good. So he hands the ticket, he hands the little thing in through the window and he says, I'm just giving you a warning, ma'am. I just want you to slow down and be careful on your way to Dallas. And I said, oh, thank you, officer. I am so sorry. And you hurry on back and get in your car because it's cold outside and you don't need to be out in the cold talking to strange people. Just go. And he does. And I'm like, oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you. Because I not would have to come back and tell my husband I got a speeding ticket at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I very carefully get back with the turn signal and get up on the interstate and get back and see that he's gone. Light a cigarette, don't hate. I need to calm my nerves. I'm driving. And I was like, well, things are better. There was a time not that long ago when if I'd have got stopped in the middle of the night in Terrell with, big gay face and big gay hair, I'd have been hassled for sure. Just maybe not taken to jail, but hassled for sure.
Yes.
And not now. Things have gotten better. I'm driving along feeling all good about the world being a better and more fair place. And then I realized that he said, this is just a warning ticket, ma'am. And I thought, he gave me a warning ticket because he thought I was an old white lady. But whatever works.